Welcome to Plato's world. Let's begin. The quantum mind. How to bend reality. Most people think their mind is a tool, like a computer they control. They think, I think thoughts, I act, reality reacts. But that's not how it works. Plato knew it. You see shadows on the wall, but you mistake them for the source. Freud knew it. Your conscious mind is a tiny island floating on an ocean called the subconscious. Einstein proved it. The observer bends time and space itself. So here's the secret. Your mind is not just a tool. It's the projector, the script, and the actor all at once. The invisible script. Every day you wake up and run a script. You think you're deciding, but 95% of your day is not conscious choice. It's subconscious programming, loops written long ago. Freud called it the unconscious. Neville called it assumption. Einstein called it the field. Plato called it the shadow. You call it your life. The observer effect. In quantum physics, the observer effect is real. A particle behaves differently when it's being watched. Electrons change path. Light becomes wave or particle because you observe it. So what happens when you observe yourself? The script breaks. The loop cracks. Reality wobbles. The mirror twist. Plato's cave is the same metaphor. The shadows dance because you keep looking. When you stop staring, you see the torch, the puppet, the truth. Freud said, bring the unconscious into the light, and it loses power. Einstein said, the field is the only reality. Matter is just slowed down energy. Neville said, assume the state, and the world must mirror it. Why most never escape? Most people think awareness is enough. They read books, they nod, they feel a spark, then they go back to the same loop. Because knowledge without action is still a shadow. The bending starts when you act. Want to bend reality? Stop wishing. Stop hoping. Become the observer who rewrites the code. When you watch your own thoughts like clouds passing, you're not trapped. When you catch an old belief, you freeze the shadow. When you speak a new command, you shift the field. Einstein's hidden law. Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Because imagination bends the quantum field, knowledge just measures the shadows. So when you see your new life in your mind and feel it as fact, the mirror must reflect it, not because of magic, but because you became the observer and the programmer at once. The subconscious switch. Freud called it repression. Neville called it the wish fulfilled. You call it manifesting. It's none of that. It's reality obeying your dominant signal, not your words, your felt assumption. How to bend it daily. Here's how you bend reality daily. 1. Observe the loop. 2. Freeze it by naming it. That's just the old code. 3. Replace it with the state you want, now. 4. Act from that new state, not to get there, but because you are there. The test most will fail. Most people will watch this, feel the shift, and click away. They'll nod, feel inspired, then go back to the loop. Why? Because the loop feels safe, even if it's painful. The command. So here's your final glitch. Say it out loud. I bend reality. Type it below. I bend reality. Speak it in your room, in your car, in your mind as you drift to sleep. Every word pokes a hole in the simulation. The 4 keys. 1. Like this video for your signal. Prove to the algorithm you choose quantum truth over empty noise. 2. Comment. I bend reality. Public words anchor private transformation. 3. Subscribe. This channel is your daily mirror. 4. Share this. Pass it to the one who dares to bend their field too. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are not your past. You are not the shadows. You are the observer, the mirror, the code, and reality obeys you. The moment you remember, like, comment, subscribe, share, bend reality, be free.